So I don't know if they go in and kind of easy to uh hardest level. So I'll go right to who wrote and directed Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives? Wes
That
Craven, Tom McLaughlin, Sean Cunningham, or Jack Shoulder?
Tom McLaughlin.
You are absolutely right. I didn't need to look at
Yes.
that. So in Friday 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, who's played Lizbeth? Nancy McLaughlin, Renee Jones, Carrie Noonan, or Jennifer Cook?
Harry Noonan.
Nancy McLaughlin, that
Oh,
was
was it
his wife at
his
the time.
wife?
So she's the one that has the line. It was like, I've seen enough horror movies to know a guy wearing a mask and they don't just blah blah blah.
I
So
knew that. I knew
she's
that
the one that with
too.
the Amex. She tries to give him an Amex card. So
Damn it. I knew that. I'm sorry.
well, tough. I'm just kidding.
Tough.
How old was Adam Marcus when he directed Jason Goes to Hell: The Final Friday? 19, 22, 25, or 27? I do not.
27.
I'm gonna guess 25. Let's see. 22.
Wow.
22 years old and you're directing your first film. I was gonna say you're directing your first Friday the 13th, so good for him.
Good for him.
Let's see.
22.
Yeah, these are all Jason Goes to Hell. It's the question. I don't know.
They're pushing the post-market sales.
Yeah, let me see. While all the mayhem was taking place in Friday the 13th Part 3, what did Chuck decide to make? Coffee, tea, popcorn, or hot dogs?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. It
That
had a
3D effect.
show up in 3D. Oh, something's burning.
Something's burning. That effect was fun.
Uh, Shelly, get up.
Shelly.
Um,
Guys, I'm Shelly.
in how many Friday the 13th films did Tommy Jarvis make an appearance? 1, 2, 3, or 4 films?
3.
I want to say 3, 2, unless they're talking about some weird flashback. So 3 is correct. So
Yes.
is there
That
any
would be 4,
flashbacks?
5, and 6,
I,
kids.
yeah, the Tommy trilogy. So
Played by all three different actors.
it was all the same person the whole time.
The whole time.
God, all these Jason Goes to Hell.
I do love in 6 when they throw Tommy Jarvis in jail and they're like, don't mention that name around here. Like it's a witch doctor. We haven't had
Um,
trouble in these parts. Actually, you did, like every
I
year.
I think it's a well known that yeah.
Right.
And if I was like, maybe these kids should stop going to the lake. No
Yeah,
matter,
maybe we
yeah,
can stop opening up the park
yeah.
year after year.
Maybe we should get rid of the body under the lake.
Right. Maybe we should drain the
The lake,
lake.
or somebody should retrieve that.
Retrieve the
In Friday
lake.
13th Part 4, the final chapter, who is Jason's third victim? Axel, Nurse Morgan, the hitchhiker, or Samantha?
The hitchhiker.
That should be correct. Yes.
That poor lady eating the banana.
Bonnie Hunt, I think was
Oh,
her
good. See, you know all the
actress
details.
name. So if I am getting that correct, so and this is also sad because like
Bonnie Hunt?
I I do remember and it was got a big laugh, like the overweight hitchhiker and so forth. But
Yeah, she's just
I do remember
trying to
because she
help
remember
live her best life.
yeah. So Franklin Canyon Reservoir that she was sit on that road.
Hell yeah.
I do remember because her front of her sign said Canada and Love and like Sammy, where are we gonna put her? And they like and then they yell at her, whatever, and she flips the sign and says,
Oh,
"Fuck you!" And
yeah.
I swear the F is the Friday the 13th F. I remember that. I was that
Oh, I gotta find that.
I'm pretty sure to me it looks like that to me. So I will let you search for that to see if
Oh
that
man.
is true. Um,
Yeah,
while you
it
do
is.
that, yeah, I swear to God, it's like that had to be a little bit on purpose. So a little meta stuff happening. So
Um, the well, let me share it with you real quick
yeah,
and tell me if this is
let
it.
me see.
It's not really letting me zoom in for some reason,
Yeah.
the way the
See,
site is.
to me that F looks like the Friday the 13th F.
Oh yeah,
So
it is.
that's like the
Yeah, oh, great shirt.
you know what I mean? I'm like, it's not like the other letters, it seems to have them.
That's a great shirt.
Or the
Is that
this
from
F,
Fright
yeah.
Rags?
I can't this was done for the 2010 anniversary. 1980 to 20, what is that? 30 years
Yeah,
to 2010? Is that right? Yeah.
2010, yeah.
30th anniversary. So this came in a special box of something like that. So dug it out for tonight.
So
You should wear it
cool.
to work tomorrow. All the kids would love it.
They would love it. Good day. They'll appreciate your
Yeah,
love
they
of
were
cinema.
like, yeah, thank you. So I think I told you. So like, this is my Halloween,
Oh, I love that. The
uh,
Tumblr.
yeah, Tumblr, whatever. And so, I have it in the building, and usually kids aren't paying attention to it.
No.
And I think, oh, and actually, it wasn't this. It was I have a lunch sack, or what? Not, you know what I mean? Insulated bag, and it says it's Friends, but it has Pennywise and Michael Myers and Jason instead of.
Nice.
And so I was walking out of the building, and the preschoolers are leaving, and they're like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh," and they're like, "Is that a clown?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is," because I was like, "It's a clown," or whatever. And then what are they? 2-year-old, 3 years, like, "Oh, that's Michael Myers." And I'm like,
How
"How
did
do
they
you?"
know?
I don't know. Like I was
How would
like,
they know that? It's amazing.
I was 11. I was traumatized. I even thinking about Michael Myers and
Yeah.
kids. I guess now Halloween is now more of a universal. Kids see all these costumes and stuff like that.
That's
But
true. That could be it too.
yeah,
But
but I
that's
was like,
hilarious that they even knew.
yeah, like, well, that's Michael Myers. I'm like,
That's
all
Michael
right.
Myers.
Oh goodness. So, part six, Jason lives.
Mm.
How did Jason kill Alan? A spear through his head, ripped his heart out, snapped his neck, or cut him in two. So Alan is his friend from the
Ripped his heart out.
beginning. Yeah, ripped his heart out, pushed it through. So,
Alan.
um, and also in part six, what was the name of the card game that Sissy and Paula played? Old Maid, Camp Blood, Follow the Queen, or Baseball?
Camp Blood.
Camp Blood. So that's the
Baseball.
things where they're like, what happened here, whatever. And obviously, if they're playing a game about, forgot which cabin Jason's in, I was like, I don't know. If you had a town and you had a serial killer, would you be? Maybe kids would. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they would.
Maybe they would.
I
I
would
don't
play
know.
Camp Blood if somebody brought it out.
Maybe I don't know. But
What I
people aren't
wouldn't
like,
do is explore the camp.
yeah, maybe, yeah. I say maybe I wouldn't play it at camp, but it's just like, like, oh, we're gonna play Richard Ramirez cards. They're like, what? Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, not in recent
no,
realistic.
but yeah, but I was just like, would this be a thing? I don't
Right. Would
know.
that be a
But
game? No.
yeah. Um,
Camp Blood.
yeah, like literally I'm going through these cards and like literally it's just mostly
It's just Friday the 13th part.
what it's yeah, these movies. So let me see. What other horror movie did Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, cast member Peter Barton appear in? Happy Birthday to Me, Hell Night, My Bloody Valentine, or Nightmare on Elm Street?
My Bloody Valentine.
It was Hell Night. He played,
Oh,
yeah,
Hell Night. I'm due for a
yeah,
rewatch.
yeah. In Part 5, A New Beginning,
Hmm.
what was the color of Pam's pickup truck? Red, blue, green, or black?
Red.
Blue.
Blue.
Ugh, to match the
Oh
chevron marks
yeah,
of the man.
right.
No, just kidding.
Blue. Robert doesn't always, but when he does, he.
I remember there's this scene where, Pam's supposed to be racing home, and it's quite obvious they have the same. She keeps going around the same spot, like the rocks
The
are the
same
same. It's just
tree.
slightly different angles. I'm like, and the music, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I'm like, all right, we need to set this up differently because
We
she
need a
kept
new
going around the
shot.
same spot. Yeah, so
Wait, which one was that in? Six?
5. Yeah,
Five.
yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
When she's leaving the trailer park and
Yeah.
so, here we go. Jason takes Manhattan. What did Jason spot on the docks in Manhattan? A gangbanger with a hockey mask, a billboard with a hockey mask, crates of hockey supplies, or hockey players?
Billboard with a hockey mask.
That is correct. And
Okay,
he
what was the
appeared to be
last
a
suggestion?
hockey players.
Okay. Yes, they were. There was a rink on the dock.
Yeah, so, well, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Well,
So,
yeah, it's true.
here's the little harder one. What movie did Robin and Jake watch on TV in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning? Night of
Ooh.
the Hunter, The Big Knife, I Died a Thousand Times, or Night of the Living Dead?
Well, I don't think it was Night of the Living Dead. I died 1,000 times.
Night of the Hunter.
Night of the Hunter.
So that's a
Okay,
little bit of obscure one.
that's a tough one.
Yeah. Let's see.
Night of the
It's
Living Dead does show up in horror movies.
I think because for a while it was royalty free. I like, I think
Oh, really?
you probably just use it and they couldn't, you didn't have to pay anybody
Interesting.
or anything like that. So, and some of these are kind of silly. Like, where did Jason commit most of his murders? Camp New Hope, Camp Crystal Lake, or it's like saying, oh, I think these don't
Pawnee
count.
Junction, Oklahoma?
Never know. Um, who was the only counselor in Friday the 13th Part Two that wanted to visit the abandoned Camp Crystal Lake? Sandra, Jenny, Terry, or Paul
In part two.
in Part Two.
Forget her
Who's the
name. It's
only
the
one
curly
that
hair one.
Sandra was her name.
Sandra. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
a big fail for me. But yeah, she did want to visit that abandoned.
just come on, I want to go check it
Come
out.
on.
I don't see any police officer questions in here,
I
so
was wondering where the authenticity questions are. Which movie has the worst uniform for police law enforcement? That would be two. That man was
uh,
not a representative of
it
the New
was
Jersey
not.
State
Yeah.
Police. Two I had on VHS for a while. It was on TNT or something. So I recorded it. So it was like edited for TV, but that was my copy for like a few years. So I'd people
That,
over, like a friend for sleepover. I'd be like, yeah, I got Friday the 13th part two. And then it's like, here at Arby's this weekend. I'm like, let's just fast forward this.
hmm, let's just get it on. Let's get on with this.
Let's get it on.
All right, one more. Friday
All
Part
right,
Six. Jason Lives. Which counselor was Sheriff Garris's daughter? Megan, Mildred, Margaret, or Mary?
Megan.
It is Megan.
Yes.
Megan. So
That's a
yeah,
great game. I have to purchase a trivia game for Friday the 13th for you. Although you probably know them all. Probably can't
sometimes I
stump
do,
you.
and then sometimes it'll be like if I'm not in the frame right now, like I don't remember that. Or if you get into like Jason Goes to
Oh,
Hell stuff, I'm like, oh, I don't,
and
you
that's
know
a
what I mean?
good thing. You don't want to
Yeah.
know too many of those.
The early stuff, like 1 through 5, I've got that down, or I had it down. So,
It stays with you. It's like riding a bike, Robert.
yeah.
Crystal Lake, you never forget.
Well, when we were young, we used to, you know, speaking of, we had no after school program, we had no summer programs back then. We would just hang out, watch movies. It wouldn't even watch movies. It would just be put on the tape and play all the Friday, and we'd be playing cards and it was just it
I love
became
that.
ingrained into us because there was nothing else to put on or watch and so
Oh
forth. But
yeah.
there was no, I mean, there was cable, but it was like one HBO channel and they
Yeah.
showed horrible stuff, or you had to wait hours, like, oh, they're showing Gandhi again, like, um,
That's
oh, yep,
why movies were such a big deal. They're a big deal now, obviously, but
yeah.
then it was like a
Oh, you're
treat.
right. This is Coroner's Report. I was
Oh,
like, what are you
nice.
talking about? So
Vera Sanchez.
there's Vera. I bet you there's
That
a
poor girl's family life was troubles.
yeah. I hope Chili is in here because then you'd be like, how did she die again? So
Be
I'll
a
I'll keep
man,
I'll
man.
be a man. She should do conventions. Hopefully she's still around.
I hope so.
She would be great.
I
There would
think
be
her
so
only
many,
credits were Friday the 13th, right? Didn't she only do
probably.
one movie after that, then retired?
I don't remember. I remember we looked her up once,
Yeah.
but yeah, so many different quotes we could have her sign.
Do you know what we really could? Do you know
Oh
what
my
Chili
God.
Jackson's last name was in the movie?
Did you just say it?
Oh, I did.
Yes. Is it
But
Jackson?
it's spelled with an H.
Oh, I did not. Maybe that's in the novelization. I don't know.
Her quotes in
I've not
Friday
read that. Yeah.
on IMDb, the quotes for her is, "Oh my God, Shelley's dead," and give me something to scream about.
See, she had the good lines.
Oh, the best lines in the
Yeah.
movie. Hey, what's Butterball up to now? Like, come on.
Oh, we used to cackle over that.
That's a good one.
Now I am that way. Not so funny anymore. Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting there. It's not there.
Oh,
Hey, quick question on Friday the 13th Part 3, the eye, the gentleman with the eye. Was that a
Paul?
3D effect? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why he's holding it there for like kind
Oh,
of
yep. So he was holding that in front of the camera. So obviously, so
and whose
um
eye was it?
I don't know. They never really say. So, and it is kind of, it doesn't quite look like a human eye. It kind of looks like a sheep eye of some
It
sort. You know what I
does.
mean?
Yeah, I
It's
was
yeah.
wondering if there was any kind of
Um,
history.
it's an eyeball. Um, what's Chuck's line is like, don't touch him. You don't know where he's been.
Don't.
It had some funny lines. No,
Oh yeah. No,
yeah.
there's some great ones. You
Um,
covered those locations quite well.
yeah, so we had a good time. I remember when we were out there, I kept saying lines. Hey, that's not funny.
Hey, that's not fun.
You dropped your wallet.
Did you have a yo-yo you were just spinning?
I didn't even think about bringing a yo-yo, but
No.
otherwise, yeah.
And
Or
that lake,
doing,
unfortunately, is no longer there because it was man-made for the film.
they're working on bringing it back. So I think they've rebuilt the docks and something there. So it could be, I should reach out to him to say, hey, what's the status? What's going on over there?
Yeah.
So
Use your weight to
yes.
get some answers.
Are you making weight jokes again?
Absolutely not. No
That's what it
way.
sounded
No,
like to
no,
me.
sir. No, sir.
Call him Butterball.